Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Now today I'm back with another Throne and Liberty video. Now today we've got some interesting information that I've just come across, but before we jump into the video, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in Throne and Liberty information, news, guides, you name it, I'm covering it. Also, I cover MMORPGs as a whole, ARPGs, and open world games, all of those lovely things there. So yeah, let's jump into this one. So basically, this actually came out. This is some information from the developers of Throne and Liberty. This information has come out after the patch notes. So the last video that I did do covered the obviously the patch notes and the information for that. But we've seen some interesting stuff here. It's quite, I'm surprised to be seeing this. So it says here, in today's update, we've seen a lot of things to say about the Arc Boss weapon extract. We wanted to inform you further through a separate announcement, but we think it is necessary to communicate quickly above all else. So you have to hand it to NCSoft. Their communication is absolutely spot on. They're always very, very fast with communication, and they're very, very thorough. So we will borrow the developer feed and tell you first. So as mentioned in the update notes, we were the first to create an extract from Dimensional Soulstone Desire. Now, obviously, bear in mind that the translation is a little bit off as usual. However, due to the basic limitations of the trait system, the probabilistic trait system, we believe that the extracts you craft are giving unnecessary traits. There is a high risk that the goods you have earned by playing the difficult, the 2-star dungeons basically, will be changed to nothing. So what this is basically saying is they've created these new 2-star really hard dungeons. You go in there, you get, you know, I don't know, some really, really cool weapon, and then you get a completely useless trait on that weapon. So they're saying you've done all of that hard work and it's basically for nothing. So that is obviously very, very frustrating. So it says here, especially in the case of the Arc Boss weapons, we thought that it would be greater because they are high value items that many users have difficulty growing due to competition and limited opportunities. So they're basically saying because it's very hard to get these weapons and items, they want them to be worth your effort and time, which of course makes sense. So as a result, we are working on a new system. This is where it's interesting. They're working on a brand new system that allows players to choose one of the traits that can be assigned to a weapon. So we're actually going to be able to choose. So say, for example, I get my staff, right? Brand new staff, and I want hit on that weapon. How this reads is it's basically saying that I'll be able to choose hit on my weapon. So it's guaranteed hit. Let's see if that's actually what happens when it goes live. But yeah, so this is a way to overcome the problematic risk of a trait that we believe will be a problem in the existing system. It is definitely a problem because sometimes you get a really cool item from the dungeon, you know, a bow, a staff, a dagger, and then you get like animal damage. Nobody wants animal damage. So yeah, that's really, really cool. So the development team is calling it the talent unlocking system, and it is not only a way to enhance the characteristics of the Arc Boss weapon, but also to control the probability factor. So in the process of enhancing the characteristics of the entire equipment. Okay. So an update that includes the perk unlock system and the perk unlocking ceremony is currently in development, and they're looking for the 8th of May. So the 8th of May is interesting because the 8th of May is the patch where we're going to be getting, as long as they don't change it, we're going to be getting the really, really much needed conflict event changes. So if you don't know, I'll just quickly go through that now. The events at the moment, the conflict, the PvP enabled events around the map, you go there, you can go there as a 6-man team, you can go there with your whole guild if you like, you can go there with your guild and all your allies, so you can literally zerg the whole event. You can lock everybody out of that event if you want. You can just bully them and take control of the whole event. But with the upcoming change, you're no longer going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to go in there with a group, a party, and your guild and your whole alliance. The reason why you can't do that is because you're going to go to the event. It's going to put you in a faction. So it's going to team you up with random players who is obviously in the event as well. You're not going to be able to go in a pre-made party. You've also have the chance to be going up against your actual guild friends and allies, because, so say for example, it's going to put myself in faction A, and then 4 of my guild mates get put into faction B. So we're going to go up against each other in this conflict event. So yes, you can. Okay, people are going to say you can still go on comms and figure out ways of cheesing it. But I mean, come on, it's just a bit of fun. It's going to be very, very hard to try and organize in that chaos. Oh, I'm over here and I'm over there, don't kill me. You're not going to do all that. So this is going to allow solo players, if you just want to jump in on your own. Like sometimes I'm tired, I don't want to go on comms. I just want to jump into some conflict events. I don't want to have to ask for all of the guild to arrive and get some alliance members to arrive and blah, blah, blah. So this is going to be very, 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 very good. So with that change coming on May the 8th, if this also comes on May the 8th, I think this is going to be a really, really, really good patch. So let's see. So yeah, so they're targeting May 8th. That of course could change, but we have 2 weeks to, fingers crossed it stays like that. So in the case of Talent Open Stone, obviously I don't think this is what it's going to be called, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it for now. We are planning to be similar. So they're planning it to be similar to the previously introduced Arc Boss Extract crafting in a form that will involve a certain amount of content play. It will be available through various channels such as rubbing and crafting. I don't know what the rubbing bit's about, but hey. Accordingly, we will provide you with the necessary detailed materials and system guidance for a separate announcement or update notes. So on the May 8th patch, they'll obviously give us the exact full information of how to do this, but I reckon it's just going to be how we do it now. So for example, you're going to go and do a dungeon run, just say you'll get a specific coin, and then you would need just say 10 coins of whatever to be able to then go ahead and craft something else, to get the trait system. That's just obviously I'm dumbing down the process, and I'm just assuming, because that's how most of these systems have worked so far. You do some content, you gain a material or a coin of some sort, and then you need a certain amount of numbers of that item to then be able to go ahead and craft the next thing. So it should be pretty similar to that. Prior to the introduction of the talent unlocking system, if the Arc Boss Extract crafting was retained, valuable soul stones could be consumed elsewhere, so the crafting formula was removed. Okay, and then they just basically say sorry, they apologize. They apologize for not being able to preempt that this could be such an issue. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Pretty interesting. Like I said, the translation makes it a little bit awkward sometimes, but the TLDR is we're going to be getting an actual new trait system, basically weapon trait system, and whether this is going to like go further onto like armor as well, who knows. But for now, it's looking like for the Arc Boss weapons, we're going to be able to actually choose a guaranteed weapon trait. So I'm all for that. Less RNG, the better. It's more fun that way. Nobody wants to go through like really, really hard content and then come out with a flipping animal damage trait, for example. So yeah, anyway, as I said, as always, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.